I don't get it. Why is Jeff showing us a boring bathroom mirror? That doesn't make any sense to me. What? It's a behind the mirror TV by Sylvox? Now that is pretty cool. Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. And as you saw in this video, we are looking at a super sweet TV that's right behind a mirror. How cool is that? You know what though? Enough talk. Let's get right into this review. First and foremost, that mirrored finish is extra crisp and clean, and I appreciate that. I will say I still can see the Sylvox logo and some of the buttons underneath the mirror, so when you have this hung up on the wall, you still will be able to see those things there. The Sylvox 24-inch waterproof smart TV retails between $560 and $599 depending on the various sales. It does have an IP65 rating and it is a Google TV. Not only is it waterproof, but so is the remote. That is super awesome. Located right here within the box, we have, of course, a cloth to clean it with. We have some mounting hardware, screwdrivers. There's a little Allen wrench. That's how we're going to mount it to the wall. We're going to do that a little bit later. You have all these connectivity ports now. If you want to have a completely seamless installation, you will have to build something behind the TV in your wall or possibly have something below this. We also already had our remote control and some instructions plus a warranty card. I actually want to plug this in real fast just to see what it looks like when it boots up, if anything. Oh wait, you know what I just noticed? When it's plugged in, look at that, there's a little red light behind the mirror. I don't know why they would have done that. Now it sort of looks like, hey, what's that red light doing up there? You can totally see that from across the room. On the back of your smart remote, you actually have 4 screws. They include this little tiny screwdriver. They also include the AAA batteries that go in here. They really want to make sure to maintain that waterproof connection right in here. Plus, guess what? No one's going to steal your batteries out of the remote. On the left and right side of the TV, right here on the bottom, there's a little tiny screw that you need to use this Allen wrench. You have to actually take both of those off because this is the mounting hardware that you will actually hook onto your wall. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unscrew this on both sides and pop it off. There are no other screws in the back. It's got like a groove that it slides into. I've taken both of those screws out. They are super small, so make sure you put them inside like a Ziploc bag or something for safekeepings just so you don't lose them. We are right here on the back of the TV. So once I have the mounting hardware installed, what you would do first is you would put the TV into that little slot right there, and then you would screw those screws right back in on the bottom, and that will keep you a very flush mounted install and keep the TV mirror safe and secure. This is our mounting hardware. We have completely taken it off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go level this up on the wall that I want to install it and put our TV in place. It shouldn't take too long. I am going to look for some studs to screw this into, but I'm really grateful that they included some of these wall anchors just in case. I have this space on the wall in my bathroom and I think would be perfect to mount this bathroom mirrored TV. Our first step is to locate the studs within the wall. All right, you can see that I have one right here. I am going to mark that. I'm going to go this way too. Let's see where my other stud is. Well, it looks like right about there. I'm going to mark that as well. So what I have here is this line of screws on this side. Actually, just these two are going to be in that stud. The other ones I'm going to end up using the wall anchors for. But right now I have my level on the top. And I'm going to just draw a dot in the middle of each one of these spots so I can drill out the holes. But this is where the TV will be mounted. For the areas that will not have a stud behind them, I actually use a 1/4-inch drill bit. That was about the size for these wall anchors that were provided. So I'm just going to pop that in the hole and take a hammer and just nail it in. I'm going to do that for all those spots. Now for the screws that will actually go into the stud, I used a 3/16 drill bit. That was the size of the screws that I had with my system. As you can see, we've started all the screws screwing them in. I was really grateful that I still had level and all the screws lined up with their corresponding holes. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to tighten this down and then we will hang the TV itself. Now that our mount is up, we are gonna first hook these little tiny grooves on the top of the back of the TV into the top parts of the mount there. That's gonna be pretty difficult for me to show you as I'm doing it, but I wanted to show it to you now. Just like that, we slid it down into the mounts. Now it's time to take out our bottom mounting screws that we had put away for safekeeping and make sure that TV is attached to the bottom part of the base. It was a little pain to get the little screws started, but once it goes in, you can just tighten it down. Do this on both sides to make sure you're completely secured. In order not to have these unsightly wires, they actually recommend having a recess put right behind the Sylvox logo right there. Therefore, you can have all the wires set in back there. Now, I'm not set up for that right now. You'd have to have power back there and maybe any of these connections if those suited you. But at least for the install now, I am finished. I'm probably going to put like a shelf in front of here for now until I figure out what I'm going to do with the wires. I wish I would have realized this before, but all those wires actually fit right up in behind the TV. There's a recess area, so I did stick them all up in there. The only thing I have right now hanging down is the power supply. Boy, does that look a whole lot better. I'm still going to put a shelf down here to hide that, but it is cool that you can slide up all the other wires behind the TV, even if you don't have a hole in your wall. So, tell me, what are your thoughts of this behind the mirror TV? Something you need, not so much? Do you think it's super awesome? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. It is hard to get you a full-on view of this without me being in the picture itself, but it does have a 1080p clear picture plus. It is Google enabled, which means you can set it up to your home network and hook up all of your apps. It's really a cool little bathroom TV. I wanted to give you a front end view of this TV, both audio and video of what you should expect. Now, to avoid copyright rules or regulations with YouTube, I pulled up my favorite YouTuber, so let's take a listen. Ooh, look at that light. I do really appreciate the light. I think it's really cool, but I want to talk about this fan speed. This actually is giving me a whole lot of course, with the remote control, you can adjust the volume up or down just like any other TV. Plus, our apps are fully integrated for a smart TV experience. I was reviewing the footage that I just showed, and I noticed there was a lot of glare because the lights were on in the room. So I wanted to show you, it is really a crisp picture. So I did shut off all the lights in here, and you can definitely see it a lot better. I also went and looked at the reviews on Amazon, and a few people had pointed out that the sound might be echoey, and that's probably because of all the waterproofing built in here, but they also said to do your best sound, hook it up to a Bluetooth and you don't have any issue. Plus, because this has an IP65 weather rating, we can use our favorite glass cleaner to make sure we are always smudge free. Don't do what I just did though, and I hit the power button as I was wiping. In this video, we were taking a look at the Sylvox behind the mirror TV. So what did we think of it? First things first, let's talk about that price point. It ranges between $560 and $599 depending on if it's on sale. The TV showcased during this review was 24 inches, but they also have a 32-inch option if that's something that interests you. The physical installation of this was very simple. I really appreciated that it came with all the screws and hardware that you need for a seamless installation. In just a matter of minutes, it was hung up on the wall and I was ready to watch my favorite shows. The directions do a great job of walking you through all the technical aspects, hooking up to your home internet, make sure you're hooking up your Netflix or Google account. So that kind of stuff is all written in the manual and it is really simple to follow. I love the minimalist design, how it sticks off the wall less than 2 inches, and when it's not a TV, you have another mirror in your house. Sylvox thought outside the box, so to speak, by including a lot of different hookups just in case you wanted to have Bluetooth or you have wired internet. So I really appreciate they gave you all of those different options. Anyway, that was my full review of the Sylvox behind the mirror TV. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by and I hope you have a great day. I wanted to see what happens if steam came across this mirror TV, and well, I don't have a shower in here, so I boiled some water and I put it right underneath here, and as you can see, it does fog up in a steamy environment, just so you know that. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the Sylvox behind the mirror TV. You know what? During this review video, I had to locate some studs, and what did I use? I used my Wallabout stud finder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link up that video right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you right here. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.